I think this is gonna be the last video. I just have to get these videos out for December, okay? So this video topic is going to be about pretty much magic in the mundane. So going back to basics. I feel like a lot of people, well, I don't want to say a lot of people, that's a little bit much, but many people, some people feel, yeah, some people, I don't like to stereotype. Some people, because not everybody thinks this way, think that the only magic you can do is by candles. I had a comment recently about that. Oh, when I did the video on the evil eye, oh, what can I use outside of candles? And I was talking about you can literally cleanse yourself with either charcoal and make your own herbal resins, or use resins, or make your own incense blends. You can cleanse yourself that way, or you could use palo santo or yerba santa. Some people use sage, so on and so forth. So you can use herbs. You can do spiritual baths, like I told the person, because they only just focus on the candle part. You could do spiritual baths. You can, like, spiritual baths are so magical, and nobody talks about that. Floor washes are so magical, and nobody talks about that. Creating a spray of some type of like herbal blend that you make is so powerful. You don't need to even get crystals. Like, there's more to magic than even crystals or candles. And when I went to see my family back in October, I only bought Palo Santo, Yerba Santa, holy water. I did rituals and spells there using nature, things in nature, the elements, and my mind. The magic starts here, right? So you have to be able to visualize it, to see it, to know it. The power comes within you. And I feel like people get lost. So this candle's cute, and I'm getting like $100 crystal, and those things are nice. But when I first started, I had none of that. Literally, I had a closet that my mom cleaned out, a white candle on the floor, and a book of prayers. And that's how I started witchcraft, you know? Because at the time I was living with someone that was very abusive and very controlling, and I knew that I could not practice openly. And when I couldn't light a candle, and when I had no access to candles, I would go in that closet and just read prayers, right? And sometimes when I don't even have that, before my mom even made that closet, I was praying in my mind and talking to spirits in my mind. And I would manifest things with my mind. So, as much as candles are wonderful, and herbs and crystals and things, for those that don't have access to that, oh, I can't have a statue of a spirit. You can always print the picture out from a printer and keep it in your person, keep it in your wallet, and look at it and pray to it as a representation of the spirit that you are praying to. You can draw a picture yourself. Or in my practice, the spirits have correlations to nature. You can go out into nature. So one of the spirits that I served, he's represented by trees. You can go near a tree and pray to the tree that represents that spirit. You can go to a crossroads. There are spirits of the cemetery. You can go, you know what I mean? So there's so much you can do outside of candle spells. In my culture, my ancestors were not lighting candles, right? Some of them did hoodoo lamps. So the lanterns, they would put herbs and things there. But when they didn't even have access to that in the mind, they also would do rituals in community, the singing, or they would sacrifice animals. Let's keep it 100%. Or things like that. They would use herbs. They would go to certain parts of nature that corresponded with those certain spirits. They would take dirt and use the track of someone's foot to do certain things. They would use fluids. Okay, in my culture, when they didn't have anything and they were being oppressed, some of them even did things with their own urine, with their own bodily waste. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, it goes back to what I just said. The magic, the power is within ourselves. And that's what I mean by going back to basics. There's nothing wrong with having tools and things, but know that the power lies within yourself. This is just a piece of paper. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it, you know? However, I used to read with a deck of playing cards you could get for $2 for $1. And before that, my mom told me to read water and fire. So if I had to go back to that, I can do that because it goes back to going back to basics. My mother is a very down to earth, using whatever's around her. She does not have fancy tools at all. And that's how I was raised pretty much. Because there's a lot of people that are legit shamans, healers, and witches that don't have all the stuff we have in the West. Or in, I hate the saying, but first world countries. And let me tell you something. You will feel something when you go to their rituals. Okay? And they're using just what's there, what's available to them. So this video is more about kind of a second part to self-worth. You're not your tools, and your tools are not you. And the power is within us. And that's one of the things I want to really focus on my mentorship. I want to have my students and my clients find that power within themselves. And then once you do that, you can use the tools to amplify. But it starts with us. The magic is in here. The manifestations in here. The connection with spirits in here. Yes, they like physical things, and you should always pay your spirits. But the relationship with them is within us. They give us their power to do things, right? So you don't need to have $20 candles. I've had people like, oh, I didn't find this same candle, so I can't do anything. You don't need a $50 candle. The spirits know monetarily what you have to offer. Is why the spiritual practice of our ancestors was so powerful, because they used whatever they had because they didn't have access to finances. Now, if you have money, yes, get the spirits, the nice stuff, the pretty stuff. But there's people that are very powerful that have no money, and the best they could do is $1 candle, or sometimes no candles. And they'll make a mojo bag, or they'll do track magic, or they'll do a ritual with nature, or whatever the case may be, because the spirits understand that you don't have anything physical to give them, or you're in a situation where you can't practice openly. The spirits understand. They have discernment. They've been around longer than us. The power is within ourselves. And my mother always taught me that early on. The power is in me. I don't need that. She was like, why you have all these crystals? My mom didn't work with all these crystals. That's something I started doing later on. That's something that I incorporated. You know what I mean? My mom is more into herbs. She works with very limited colors in her candles, very limited things, but she's powerful in her own right. I've seen her do some really powerful things. And that's how I was raised. You don't need all this stuff. I like stuff, but I don't need it. I can do stuff with anything because my mom raised me like that. I could see magical tools in anything, in nature's, in a dollar store, you know what I'm saying, in the bargain bin, because that's how I was raised. Again, the magic lies within you. And my mother taught me that. The magic lies when they mount your spirits on you, because the spirits give us our power. You know, it lies in the relationship that you have with said spirits, because you can have all the fancy stuff in the world. If the relationship isn't there, and the power within yourself isn't there, and the confidence isn't there, and the faith isn't there, it's not going to do anything. Meanwhile, you could have somebody else that didn't really use that much tools, but the magic was in themselves. They have that relationship. They know how to harness that power appropriately. They could have more of a, they could actually manifest what they wanted, versus the one that had $10,000 worth of stuff, but they didn't have that relationship, that connection. So then that spell fails. You know what I mean? So it's not about the tools. The tools are great. The tools are nice. It's about the relationship within yourself. You know, that's why I feel like, yes, tarot, cartomancy, they're tools. But the psychic ability is with myself and the relationship I have with my spirits. These are just tools that they like, that they know, hey, she could afford to buy, you know, that, and it's great and it's nice and it's good, you know, to give a visual to the clients. But I know that the gifts is it within myself, and these are messages that are channeled through my spirits. It's why I like to use the least tools as possible when I read professionally, because again, in my belief system, The spirits are the ones that are giving the messages. And the tools just help me not to be so physically tired. I can work and endure longer versus if I just purely channeled, which can be very exhausting and limits the amount of readings I could do in a day. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video. So don't forget that the power lies within yourself, and take it back to the basics. Don't get so lost in, well, for me to be a good reader or for me to be a good bruja or spiritual worker, I need 10,000 things. They're just things. And there's nothing wrong with getting these things, because it's not about making people feel bad about getting stuff. It's about, don't think that your things are you, or don't use things to fill a void or something that you feel lacking within yourself. Get it if you want to, but know that you don't need it. All you need is you and your relationship with spirit. Much love, light, and blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, and this will be the last video of the day because I made like 3 videos back to back and I'm exhausted. But now we have some content for December, and I'm going to try to record another day the rest of the videos for December. Much love, light, and blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe, comment below because that inspires me to make more content. Also, my website is always linked to every video. If you want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, shamanic@priestess.com. And I do psychic readings. I do spiritual court investigations. I do exorcisms, so I can take not so very good spirits out of people in their home. I do paranormal investigations. I'm doing mentorship classes of March of 2020, so that's in my thing. And also, I'm going to be putting shamanic services also on my website and things of that nature. So much love, light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until the next video, guys. Bye, 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 bye.